Do you think that you'd ever come to a point in time in your life where you'd be able to comprise your entire life into one painting?
That's impossible, I guess. But because there's so much of fractions of thoughts and experience we really do, and at the same time, everything makes no sense. So there's a contradiction of lot of things. So I think it's just being in the journey and getting up to a point where you can, because sometimes it gets really tough, because sometimes all experiences makes no sense, and sometimes some experiences becomes absolute or divine. So I guess life is about actually to feel yourself and experiences, but more or less I feel we human most of the time we really don't know what to feel, and we really live without even living, and actually somehow create this impulse or drive in our mind and body that keeps us alive, and that is the biggest ambition. Every moment creates a story in my mind. So there's a lot of moments that has affected my mind and that might affect later on, which I kind of think about it. It can go to the future as well. So there's a lot of moments like that. But those moments are very hard to define kind of moments, and those moments are actually in my work. It could be a hand, it could be a body, it could be a structure, it could be certain the scent of that wind or breeze, or that that touch or something, everything. So it's all there. So for me, I don't have a very specialized moment, because I don't believe in that. I believe in some moments has more effect in me than the other, and all these moments brings up the story. It's almost like I cannot really say one work is really important than the other, but sometimes one work can possess a lot of thoughts that I really wanted to express. Not in a beautification way, because it's not really, I don't see my work as this looks much better than this, but I feel in some works I am more myself than the other. My first exhibition here was 1999. And from the last 10 years, so I've done a lot of exhibitions and shows. Well, some part I think received well, and some is kind of confusing, because I guess one of the biggest reason is I'm not from this place, like from the institutions from here. I don't know if that is any problem with work or anything, but somehow that kind of backed me up a little, kind of put me a little out of track. I always did things which is opposite, I guess, always, and that's why I took one of the most, I felt I took the different paths, I feel in everything. I guess that's why maybe my social communication, a lot of communication, even though I can connect, but at the same time I kind of go the other way. I feel that. I don't think I do it always intentionally. I give more privilege to my feelings or sensations. But I'm learning ways to not to get really carried away with that, because I think one should have reasoning and feelings together and all that. But I don't like doing things or doing like a success which is already too much of planned and things that doesn't really makes me feel happy about it. I want things to be more miraculous. I feel that. I try not to think too much of others' art in that way of judging it. But since I do also art criticism in a way, I write about art. So I don't criticize, and art criticism is not really about criticizing it all the time. It's more about trying to show the viewers in different way of an art, how an art can affect or can be seen. So I do that. So there's a lot of things that affects me, but I guess like now, having a painter or an artist having his own world, or I think it's too much, artists are in a way too much socialized in such a way, I guess. Sometimes I feel it's too much of pretentious activities in that. Maybe it's my wrong way or thinking, maybe it could be, but I guess I see that a lot, or sometimes the intentions are not really, coming from. But who am I to judge? But still I feel that painting or drawing or writing still, however modern or contemporary technology things happens, but still it has a sense of inner journey, a meditation maybe, or something. And I feel that it is definitely a showmanship in a way, but that should not be the absolute, impact of an artist.
So do you have any favorite artists or influences?
Yeah, I do have favorite artists in a sense. I don't have one single one. I have a lot of different kinds, like different artists in different times, how they work, their life, and their thought. So each has got different things that affects me, and I like those reflections. That helps me to build up my thoughts and things, like Picasso, Goya, Velasquez. So a lot of different artists. So everyone more or less thrills me into something. So for me, it's like knowing them, their work, and actually I'm more into their ways of life, their thought process and everything, because that really creates the work. So if that is not really there, the work is not really powerful. So every man has got their own thoughts and expressions and all that, but for me, expression is art, more or less, and also my life itself together. So I don't want to put a fixed scenario with all this, but it goes along and naturally how I feel, and so art is for being an artist, it's just another work, it's another thing. So it doesn't have to be anything like superhuman or anything like that, so more or less, but it's all about one who does his thing, how much he can bring things for people to see, and how much things he can invent within himself, to recreate his reality of his mind. Fame is like, definitely I need to have my ways this life to survive, because we all try to believe in afterlife, who knows what's going to happen. So that's also a fantasy, imagination, or maybe reality, we don't know. So since we are here, we're living here, so you need things to survive, there's other pleasures and sensualities and things all around in our lives. So I guess everything together, how you're going to survive, and everything blends together and creates your life. So I guess success is a part of it as well, and it's something there's something I cannot really think about planning it like that, but definitely there's an urge and desire, and I guess it's quite natural.
How would you describe yourself as a person?
It depends who I am with, because I'm the same person, but each different people can bring different things out of me. So there's a different kind of a versatile communication. So with one person I can be possessive, and with the other person that person could say, you're not at all possessive. Or maybe with that person I have a different kind of a connection. So it all depends on the connection. I think each person has got very different sides within himself. But how much he can explore, that makes a difference, because a lot of people, I think, is stagnant with one kind of a way of thinking about themselves. So for me, I believe each kind of an encounter brings out different kind of experiences. Sometimes there's a lot of thoughts which tell, which kind of pulls me out of it, like I work with all my fulfillment, and sometimes a lot of emptiness, and sometimes it's nothingness. So it's always a tragic struggle of everything. So I don't, so this is what I'm doing. I guess this is it, I guess. Oh, this is a good one. The age of thought and the breaking point. See, we have environment, we have mosquitoes, we have the edge, mythological phase, we have robotic body which is coming out, hands coming out, mechanical animals, numbers from numerology, birds,
Okay, I have a question here. Do you judge your own work?
Judge my own work?
Because you just told me that, oh, this is a good one. So you think...
It's an impulse,
Right?
Yeah, not always. I don't think that. But what I'm saying is, this thought's coming right now. We should all try to find our place, our thoughts, and cherish it, and rejuvenate ourselves, and be more aware of our sensations and feelings. So that will help us to do a lot of great things, and enjoy every single moment and fill it up with our imagination, and be free to experience.
Being behind camera that day was a journey of witnessing the process of providing meaning to a blank canvas. Trust me, it was an experience of a lifetime.